We've heard from a number of players about how they're approaching this week, so let's take a closer look at the course on which they'll battle it out for the Claret Jug. Royal Liverpool provided a somewhat subdued test when it last staged the Open Championship back in 2006, but changes have been made since, and they hold plenty of menace. We've picked 3 holes that could play a pivotal role in deciding who walks away with the trophy. The relatively short par 4 11th is named Punch Bowl, and it starts a memorable stretch of holes along the Dee estuary. The best approach is from the left-hand side of the fairway, but a tee shot hit too far down that side will end up in brambles or deep rough. A bunker to the rear of the green has been removed ahead of this year's championship, but the front bunkers have been relocated to eat more into the putting surface. Tiger Woods hit a 2-iron from the 14th tee during the second round of the 2006 championship, and then a 4-iron which flew about 190 yards and dropped into the hole. He was the exception because the 14th proved to be the second hardest hole during the championship. It is a very tough driving hole. A new fairway bunker has been added to make a cluster of 4, which will trap any errant tee shots, while the approach has to be hit over the side of a hill to a narrow green which sits at a slight angle to the fairway. Our final feature hole is the 18th. As a par 5, this is an exciting closing hole that could well produce a 2-shot swing during the climax of the championship. It's a left-to-right dogleg measuring 551 yards. Big hitters can reach the green in 2, but out of bounds lurks down the right, and thick rough guards the left. There are now 3 small bunkers to the left of the green, and others eating into the right of the putting surface. A new swale has also been created at the back left of the green. Don't be surprised if the fate of the 2014 Open champion is dictated by how they play this hole. One of the men most likely to tame the course is defending champion Phil Mickelson. A back-9 blitz at Muirfield last year helped him claim the Claret Jug, which he duly returned to the R&A on Monday at Royal Liverpool.
Phil, good
Mr.
morning.
Dawson.
Welcome to Hoylake. Great to see you. Been a fantastic champion. You really have.
It's going to be hard to give this up. It's a tournament that when, for many years I would show up, the question would be, are you ever going to learn how to play links golf? And it took me quite a long time, but that I finally was able to answer it with a resounding yes with my performance last year at Muirfield. And to come back now every year to the Open Championship as a past winner gives me a lot of confidence, and it feels terrific.
We joined Mickelson recently for a walk and talk to look back on his 2013 Open victory. Having hovered near the top of the leaderboard for much of a tense final day, he birdied 4 of the tough closing 6 holes over the Scottish links to set a target which no one else was able to match.
Phil Mickelson, thank you so much for joining me on Golfing World. I just want to reflect on that mega win for you at the Open Championship last year. Let's start off with you entering that week at Muirfield. How did you feel coming off that win at the Scottish and, of course, a month after Merion?
A lot of people think that playing well and winning the week before a major championship is detrimental to your performance in a major, and I totally disagree. It's actually the second time now that I've won a major championship, having won the week before, and so winning the Scottish Open gave me confidence and it gave me momentum heading into the Open. Also, having played well for the first time and winning for the first time on links golf, I thought was an added benefit and something that I really needed to boost my confidence heading into the Open Championship, given that I haven't had the success in that event that I had hoped for over the years. But now I feel very confident in links golf.
How would you describe that journey that you've been on to develop your game to be able to conquer links golf?
It's difficult for me to practice links golf living in America as I do, and so I only have 1 or 2 weeks each year to feel comfortable and develop the game on the ground. It's taken me now, I'd say for the last 8 or 9 years, I've played effectively in the wind. I've learned how to take spin off of the ball, how to get it on the ground quicker and not have to fight the breeze, but rather let the ground take it where it wants to. Why I haven't played as well or scored as well in the Open Championship is I haven't putted the fescue greens very well over the years. And this year, I putted those greens so well, better than I ever have. And I kind of figured out a couple little things on those greens on how to get the ball to roll a certain way so that it doesn't get as affected by the grain. The fescue grains are so thick that it will take the ball offline unless you hit a certain kind of roll.
And what was your initial emotion when your ball rolled in that hole on the 18th on Sunday?
Well, when it went in, I knew I had won. In fact, I was just thinking if I two-putted it, I would win, because it was so difficult coming down the stretch that it was hard just to make pars, yet alone birdies. So I was just trying to lag it down and play as much break as possible to get the ball to stop by the hole, because the week before at the Scottish Open, I three-putted from about the same distance to go into a playoff. Where had I just two-putted, I would have won outright. So I was thinking about just getting the ball down there by the hole. And when it went in, I reacted as though I had won, because I knew I had, even though there were still players out there.
Obviously, it was a huge win to you personally, but what did it mean to you and Bones as a player-caddy team too?
It was an emotional win for Bones and I. We've been together now my entire career, 20 plus years, and that has always been the tournament that has given us the most problems. You can use 3 different clubs from the same spot based on your trajectory. If you hit it low, it's going to be going a lot farther, longer than if you work it back into the wind, or if you work it with the wind. And so there's so many options there. It's a tough tournament to caddy, and it's a tough tournament to play well in. For us to really be at our best as a team and have my game be sharp and him pulling the right clubs, that was a very gratifying win.
I'll leave you to it. Phil Mickelson, it's an honor. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.